welcome to a new video. Now, I've been looking at some used caravans at Preston Caravans and Motorhomes. Now, I'd come here early on in the season and there wouldn't have been much around, but there's quite a bit now. Some of the stocks on dealers' forecourts are starting to fill up quite nicely, although dealers will be keeping an eye on the amount of stock levels you take in. So I've been looking for a two-berth, and I've been looking at the end washroom jobs and things like that, but what struck my eye is this 2012 Coachman Amara, because I remember going and seeing these being launched, and they were a cracking little tourer. Now, this is up for $10,995, and it's in really good order. It's an end kitchen, so it's the old traditional layout of two-berth, but let's have a look inside and see what it's like. But let's have a quick look on the outside too. Well, looking straight away, this van looks like it's been relatively well cared for. There's no knocks and dents. I had a quick look round it before. Alloy wheels, and it does come with a mover on as well, so that's a nice little added bonus. It looks like it's been pretty well cared for, because some of the vans you look at just ain't looking brilliant. I think the styling still looks good on it as well. Nice big panel here at the end. But looking around it, I can't really find any fault at all. The alloys look alright, and also here there's I think it's a gas barbecue point. Yep, it is. I can't remember if those were standard at the time, but it really does look a nice neat tourer, to be quite honest with you. But let's go and have a look inside. Has it been well looked after inside? Well, we'll soon find out. Right, here we go. Now, surprisingly, the upholstery looks a little bit slightly dated, actually. But anyway, I can live with that. After all, this van is over 10 years old now. It's going on for 11 years old. But let's have a look and see what we think. And first impressions, just having a quick ganders around, it's looking rather nice. So, the Amara. The Amara was a great range. Of course, it got replaced by the Vision eventually. And then that went, of course, and it was replaced by the Arcadia. But typical Coachman, good build quality. And starting out this front lounge, great roof locker storage, internal lights here, the corner lights. There's stereo CD player, radio, and also got LED light in there too. The usual chest of drawers at the front, and blown air outlets at the bottom there. Now, this is a really nice van. I think this is for two people who just want something small, stick on the driveway. This would be really good. And what also it comes with is the proper high key roof vent. A lot of manufacturers now stick the smaller version in. Sitting on this, as we say before, it gives it a little bit, but then again, you know, it's had a bit of seating on people sat on it over the years, probably, but it's still supportive. And what I do like about this is that when it comes to bed making time, what Coachman did was have these, and Luna did the same. Now, Coachman, even on the higher up models, reverted back to slats, which I think is a retrograde step personally, but it's probably cheaper than putting those in. There's sockets down there, and also there's the control panel down the bottom end here for your heating controls. Now, as I say, two single beds all make into a nice double. Scatter cushions, everything are nice. It really is a nice tourer. Let's go towards the back end here. First, let's stop at the dresser. The dresser has got the fridge, and also you've got some handy little shelves here. Two main sockets. Again, you can put your telly here and watch it. And again, a lock up here with a microwave in. That's nice and handy. Just above the door is the control panel. I do like these handy little shelves here. And there's some more shelving as you come in, so plenty of storage there. And of course you've got the Truma heating and a decent wardrobe as well for 2 people. Plenty of space there to put all your clothes in for a week's holiday. And of course it does have a freestanding table for dining, which is popped in there, and it's quite nice to put a few little shelves there as well for extra little bit of storage. So again, plenty of floor space in here. It feels quite roomy, it feels quite big. You've got your 3 windows there, so you know, for the lovers of 3 windows, it's there. You've got your, because you can have one of the windows obviously open as a vent, let air through and keep the others closed, instead of on a one piece you've got to open the whole thing, of course. But as I say, it really is quite nice. I've not come across a lot of these on the forecourts at all. There's some dealer specials knocking about, so it could be an idea to look at some of those because you get a few extras bunged in. But anyway, let's have a look at the kitchen. Well, of course, we said it was an end kitchen, and in here you've got big stainless steel sink, drainer, dual fuel hob, and everything is in really nice condition. The oven there, nice full oven, good storage here, cupboard storage underneath, some shelving there of course, and also locker storage above here, and an omni-vent roof vent too, to get rid of all the cooking smells. And again, big storage locker there. Everything on this van feels still as tight as the day the van was made. And the kitchen, okay, you haven't got a lot of worktop, but again you can go over here and use that to some extent. But also what I like about this, what I noticed, it's a got a glazed door in it. Now it's not a stable door unfortunately, but you can't have everything. And I'm just looking for the, you know, at $10,995 this van feels an excellent value for money. I mean, I've looked up and down here, there was a few end washroom, I was going to do one of them, but I thought, when I saw this, I thought, yeah, I'm going to do this for a change. Because the end kitchen design is still pretty popular in one respect. So, there you have that. Now let's go into the washroom. It's a side washroom, so of course it won't be like a full end washroom. Let's have a quick look. Thetford cassette loo. There's no window in it. Again, you've got to rely on the roof vent up the top there. There's a shelf, and there's this nice moulded unit in here, again with storage, plenty of storage for bits of toiletry stuff. And again, it doesn't feel, you know, it's in its nice condition. The shower floor looks okay. Normally on a shower tray like that, I'd always stick a bit of carpet in there so you're not sort of treading it and scratching it. And I think somebody's must have done that because it looks in pretty good order. As I say, the loo's there, loo seats up. I don't want to look in there. No one's been using it. But you've got a shower. You have a shower curtain, so there's no folding doors. But hey, but this fan feels really nice. It feels still holding together. There's nothing at all that feels like it's coming adrift. Right, let's have a quick chat. Right, so I think this is a great little find, because looking at all the in-washroom stuff, you tend to sort of miss this. It's the Amara, as I say, 382. It's a nice compact size, so if you've got a small driveway and you don't want to pay 500 quid a year storage, this is a great two-berth tourer to fit on. It's easy, relatively easy to keep clean as well, so you haven't got loads to keep clean. Plus you can stick, even a porch showing on this will, you know, make a lot of difference to the size, but it doesn't feel cramped at all. If I was in the market for a two-berth tourer at this sort of money, this could be very, very tempting. Yeah, it's very nicely kept. Even on a dull February afternoon, it doesn't feel too bad at all, actually. But I think the big hiking makes a big difference. But there's lots of storage, decent sized wardrobe, Good kitchen. That kitchen is really immaculate in the end there. I can't find anything to fault it at all. There's nothing broken, nothing stained, nothing cracked, nothing. It's absolutely been well looked after, the van. It may have been one owner from you, maybe, possibly, I don't know. But whoever's owned it has looked after it. And with the mover fitted as well, and it looks a fairly newish mover on there. At this sort of money, I think it's not a bad buy at all. I think really you'd be getting yourself a pretty nice little tour here. I know not everybody likes an end kitchen, they all like the big end washroom jobby, but I don't know, I think even Mrs. J could be persuaded to go for this. I think if we were in this sort of market, she'd be quite happy with that side thing, because you see, I don't use the van's loos, etc. Well, you know, only in emergency, but we won't go into that. But showering, we always use a shower box. You know, you're paying for them, you may as well go and use them. You know, why mess around doing your van, unless you're on a small site, probably. I mean, you can use that shower without any problem at all. You know, it's big enough. Yeah, not a problem at all. You see, another thing about this van as well, you won't need a big car to tow it, obviously. As I say, I'll put all the weights and measures onto the video, and so you can have a look and see. But yeah, I think it's a nice little tourer. I like the omnivent roof vent in there. It's got a dual fuel hob. It's got everything you need. It really has. There's very little you'd need on this van at all. Decent front gas locker, and again, if you're after something like a Bailey, of course, you don't get the front gas locker. You don't get the locker at the front. You've got a little side which interferes then into your seating and all that sort of thing. So a lot of people, for me, that's a deal. You know, a deal breaker is to have that front locker. I do like my front locker to put all my stuff in. You know, bits of wood and stuff. You know what I mean? You put your van in, you know, to level it up. But no, this is really, really nice. Lots of storage, yeah. So, thanks for watching. Just like looking at cupboards, taking the radio out there. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe, please like, and I'll see you on the next video. And thanks for all your comments. And don't forget, if you see me at the shows, come and say hello. Right, I'm going before they lock me in. Yeah, nice little van.